Good morning, everybody. This is Brian Sterling from backinsight.com. How are you all doing today? Today, I wanted to talk a bit about the shoulder girdle. Three bones: clavicle, the upper arm, the humerus, and the scapulas. These bones make up your shoulder girdle. What I want to discuss is widening the shoulder girdle because we have already lengthened the spine and the back is now aligned and the neck is aligned with the back and the head is balanced on top of the spinal column, the neck, and your sternocleidomastoids are pulling up the clavicles and the trapezius is pulling up the rib cage. And other muscles, the scalenes, are pulling up both. What I wanted to discuss now, though, is after you have lengthened the spine and your chest has risen and your shoulders have risen, is now to widen the shoulders. And people might think that it's easy. And people think that, hey, when you do this process, the Alexander process, the Alexander technique, that it's just maybe one process, lengthening and widening the back. Well, for many of us, it is two processes. So let's discuss the second process, that is widening the shoulders, widening the back. The only place where the shoulders, the shoulder girdle, those three bones together, go bone to bone with the rest of the skeleton is at the manubarium, which is part of the sternum. This long bone, it's actually maybe called the dagger because it looks like a dagger, and it connects the rib cages, the ribs to the front of the rib cage. So it's difficult to widen the shoulders unless you have lengthened and your chest has risen somewhat. It's just that way. It's just logically that's how it must happen. The chest must have risen somewhat, and that's good that we have done the first part. That is risen, have our chest rise. So let's see if we can get our clavicles somewhat parallel to the ground. That's the key feature. That's a beauty for you women. That's a beautiful feature to have your clavicles almost parallel to the ground, as parallel to the ground as can be. For men, it's also a nice feature, I assume. I assume women like it because it shows that you're breathing real well. Your lungs are at a full capacity. You're breathing at your apex. You're taking all the air that you can in, just in your normal breathing. So remember that you may have difficulty releasing the scapulas outward, and that's what we're trying to do when we widen our shoulder girdle, widen our back, letting our scapulas fall away from the center of our body. Of course, you must remember that there's going to be some resistance because your pectoral muscles, these upper chest muscles, have enjoyed a rather easy go of it and have not stretched out as much as they could have through much of your life. So let's do that. And I'm not going to, there's no exercise to it. There's just simply relaxing the upper part of your shoulders. That's all there is to it. But it is difficult. You'll find resistance. But the main thing to remember is that it won't be easy. You must have your chest risen somewhat. Keep your chest up somewhat so that your shoulders are almost within 1 or 2 inches of your chin. That's another beauty feature. Think Frank Sinatra. Think Jeffrey Donovan. These actors, some of these actors have some special quality about them. That's why they make it on TV. And you all want this special quality of having a nice appearance. Well, really, that's all I have. try to keep your shoulders held high. Let it become a natural position for you. You don't want to appear too tense. And you won't, because everything working together will make it appear that you're just doing fine and in a very natural state. Maybe I want to also add that if you've ever seen a waterfowl or a bird flying off from the water, you know that it has to engage this particular part of its body, the upper chest, when birds fly off the water. They really put all their muscles into it, specifically right here in this area to get lift off the ground. Well, think of ourselves as a bird. You may want to fully get into the focus, get into the theme of things about keeping your chest held high. Whenever you use your arms, whenever you use much of your body, whenever you use your body to speak, this part of your body, the upper part of your body, wants to come out, and it wants to resonate when you speak, and it wants to work. Your shoulders want to work equally as you walk. There should be a nice rocking motion when you walk. This area is a nice focal point, the upper shoulders. We want to lift our shoulder girdle up just enough so it stays a little bit off above the rib cage, so the rib cage can rise, and it would all eventually go in one smooth motion, the shoulders and the chest all in one smooth motion when you breathe. But as we learn, and we are changing for the better, as we learn to change for the better, we might take these in steps, stepping stones, stepping process. Well, that's all I have for 2012, for the beginning of 2012. For the rest of the year, have a great one and enjoy your life, and keep thinking about stretching, and have a nice mental approach about it. Think positively about yourself. That's key too. Bye-bye.